Okay, well today I'm going to be doing some flower gardening. We want to put some wildflowers up on the side of the hill and the ridge. And I'm going to be trying out, I tried it slightly last night. I had a time hooking up the PTO, but that's just lack of experience. But I have the Farm Max FTL 48G Rotary Tiller. Again, a 3-point hitch, hooks up to the PTO. Had some difficulty my first time installing a PTO shaft, or getting it installed, getting it hooked up I should say. But it hooked up and I ran it and it did a pretty good job. And then I decided, since the plot that I dug up was only about 135 square feet and I had about 1,000 square foot of wildflower seeds, we discussed and decided to make another bed up at the top of the hill and just put this thing to the test today. And that's what I'm going to do. And as you'll see when I run it, excuse me, it actually will grind up the dirt and everything, so it's pretty flat actually. It looks like a clean, smooth stretch of earth when you're done with it, and you'll get a look at that in just a second. Here's the original bed I dug up last night, and you see I've gone over with the manually with the rake to smooth it out for seeds, but the area just wasn't large enough. So let's just give you a before picture here on the edge and the ridge where I planted my arborvitae. I'm going to see if I can get the tractor back here in this narrow area and grind this up so I can plant wildflowers here. Now here's the ground after those first two passes. Now the first pass I didn't dig quite deep enough. I didn't let the PTO, or not the PTO, but the 3-point settle deep enough, so I just kind of scraped grass off the top in these high areas. But Again, just to show you how soft the dirt is that I've torn up here. Just it's completely stirred up this soil and done a real good job of just breaking it up. I'm going to go over it one more time because there are some areas where it feels like it needs to be blended a little bit more, but the dirt, even where the plants aren't mixed in here, the dirt's real soft and fluffy. It does a good job of chopping it all up. So I'll get another angle as I run the third pass, but one point I will make, one thing I did learn quickly after installing this and hooking up to the tractor the first time last night is you don't ever want to raise this thing out of the ground with the tines turning, which is just common sense, I guess, but I'm a newbie, so I didn't think about it. But when you lift it out of the ground with the tines turning, the safety flap on the back bangs up against the tines, so it's not a good thing to do. But very satisfied. I'm going to film it from a different angle just so you can see this thing in operation. Well, that's it. As you can see, it does a remarkable job of breaking stuff up. This dirt, this area up here has not been broken up in years and years. It was compacted. There was some organic stuff on the top, but not a lot. As you can see, it made a quick job of tilling a really large bed. I bought this through my dealer, actually at the time of purchase of my tractor, so I didn't really do a lot of research. So I don't know what other brands are on the market or what other features they have. But again, this one's done a really remarkable job, I think, so far. Here's a little look underneath the flap on the back. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tines. This is 48-inch wide, of course, FTL 48G. It's a 48-inch wide PTO-driven tow behind rotary tiller, and it works really well on my 25 horsepower subcompact tractor. So if you're going to do any gardening, I mean, it's a good alternative to a disc. Now, this dirt up here, since I've done some work in it before and I picked through it, it doesn't have a lot of rocks in it. And I did run into, on my first pass, a chunk of concrete that was in some of the soil that I'd filled the hill with here. Made a lot of noise, but didn't really cause any problem, didn't jam up or anything. I just backed up, shut everything down, got off, and pulled it out of the way. I'm not sure how well it would do in a really extremely rocky area, but if I had to choose between this and a disc or plow, oh yeah, this is so much better, so much easier. It does so much more of a polished job of breaking this stuff up as well. So far I give it 2 thumbs up. Like anything else, I'll have to do proper maintenance, make sure there's oil in the gearbox, and keep everything greased like the tractor and the excavator. But yeah, worked great for me. And if you're looking to make a garden plot, you might want to think about getting one of these. This one I think cost around $2,500.